Hey, it's Doug from the Rise Above Gym channel, and in 2 weeks we're having our Kettlebell Long Cycle event. Kettlebell Long Cycle is a swing or clean and jerk, and what better time than now than to go over some tips to help you do the movement more successfully. Let's check it out. Whoa! Like I mentioned, the long cycle is bringing the kettlebell from the swing to the rack position to the jerk overhead traditionally. Now, we want to do some tips to make it a lot easier. When we do our event, we do it for an hour, so marathon versus sprint, we kind of go slow. So these tips come in very handy because we're stretching the endurance. We have to really kind of be efficient with our movement and conserve our energy. The first one I have is make sure that you have a very good one-arm swing. It's very easy to muscle it up and press, and just kind of muscle it to the rack position. That works for a while and it works for kind of heavy reps that you're not doing a lot of. But if you're gonna go for a long period of time or if you're gonna compete, you want to swing and make sure your back swing is good. Especially if you have two kettlebells, you have to have a great backswing. You're not gonna be able to muscle them up too much without your back hurting. So you gotta swing back and then make sure that you get a good full swing so you can get them into the rack position. Tip number 2, find a good rack position. So rack position, if you just curl the bell up and settle under your collarbone, that's probably pretty good for your rack position. We don't want to physically hold the weight, and we don't want to be out here chicken winging our arm to hurt our shoulder. We want to be able to stack the weight over the center of our body and through the hips, through the knees, and through the feet. So this is technically a resting position, also a transitional position overhead. So find a comfortable rack position. Like I said, for some people it's gonna be a little bit out here, some people it's gonna be a little bit more in, some people are gonna sit on their hips a little bit more, some people are gonna be a little bit taller. So you wanna find a position, especially if you're doing it for an hour like we are, where the weight is in this position and you are resting. So find a good rack position and you'll be very successful with your long cycle. So the third tip I have from bringing it from the swing to the rack position is to do a thumb up swing. A lot of times, especially in traditional or hard style kettlebell, we rotate the hand and swing, which works, but there's a lot of movement and there's gonna be a lot of excessive movement outward. With these kettlebells, these competition bells too, they're a little bit larger, so swinging them through the legs is gonna be a little bit more challenging. I recommend a thumb up grip. So I'm gonna thumb up and then pull in. So I don't change my arm position, I just open my hand. Especially with two bells, rotating is hard and they're gonna bang a lot and send you sideways. So if I keep them in and I just open my hands, it's a whole lot easier. So I recommend swinging with the thumb up. If you do thumb up though, there's probably gonna be a little bit less momentum and a tendency to have a short backswing. So like tip number 1, make sure you always have a good backswing. So when you drop it, you may have to force it through a little bit to bring it back up. So just consider that if you're doing the thumb up swing. Next is a good body bump to go into the jerk. So I have a good rack position. I don't want to disconnect by pressing the bell and then trying to jerk and get underneath it. I want to bump. So I'm using my legs, and as I use my legs, there's still connection in the rack position. So I use my legs and then bump, bump, bump. You always want to make sure there's a good connection. If you have a loose connection or it's bouncing around, 1, it's going to hurt over time, and then 2, you're just not going to be strong overhead. So again, keep it close, keep the elbow tucked, and then when you feel the strength of the legs, you're going to bring it overhead. When you bring it back down, again, cradle it with the body, up, cradle, okay? So keep that connection for as long as you can, and you'll have a good jerk overhead. Lastly, take care of your body. Do proper sets and reps, and also take care of your body with the bruising. When you're learning, you're probably gonna have the technique, that needs to get worked on a little bit more. So I like things like wristbands that help cushion the blow a little bit until you get smoother. Also, if you're gonna do long sets, like an hour like we are, it's gonna hurt after a while, no matter how good your form is. So wristbands are great. Also, take care of your hands. I know for some people, these calluses are a badge of honor and you can grab, hot pans off the stove, but you want to keep them filed down. What happens is if they get thick and you're doing a lot of kettlebell dropping, especially if you're adding chalk to it, you're dropping in the backswing, they're gonna start to pull and they're gonna rip. And when they rip, you're looking at a few weeks of kind of, being down and have to work around them a little bit. It is not fun. I've been there, done that, and I don't recommend it. So there are my 5 tips to help you do a strong long cycle or clean and jerk. So go out there and have some fun with it. If you want to join us in the event, hit me up and I'll send you the link and you can do it with us virtually. If you like the video, please like it down below. Also consider subscribing as I try to put a new video out every week. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.